You're going to blow all your preconceived opinions of soup out of the water today. Gone is a big warm bowl of wholesome soup, and we're going to have a perfect little summer dish, which is a nice chilled zucchini and spinach soup. First thing that I have is a nice big pot of boiling water. We're going to salt that, and we're going to carry out a process which is called blanching. Now, blanching basically means that we're going to just drop our vegetables in there and we're going to cook them incredibly quickly, literally 20 seconds, and we'll transfer them back into ice water. What that does is it means that they'll keep that lovely green colour. They'll also keep a lot of their nutrients, because the longer you cook vegetables, the more nutrients they use. So the water's on, and the next thing we have to do is to have some bread. Just a simple little baguette. It can be a day old, and this is basically going to thicken our soup. So the first thing I want to do is just remove those little crusts. We only want that white part of the bread. So, in here, a little bowl of water. I'm just going to place my bread in there. We're just soaking it so that bread just softens up and mixes through that soup and thickens it easily. Over the top, just a little squeeze of olive oil. So just make sure that bread's evenly coated. We're going to set that aside and move on to preparing our vegetables. First vegetable, a zucchini. Now, zucchini, nice fresh flavour. I think it really does complement this soup fantastically. I'm just going to make a nice small dice. So basically run your knife through it. And that's the size dice we're looking for. We're just looking at little pieces so we can cook it really, really fast. So the boiling water's on. All we have to do now is start blanching those vegetables. You can see that my water's boiling away furiously. It has to be like that. No point in just simmering. It needs to be boiling furiously. Next thing that I have is a nice big container full of iced water. More ice the better. What we're going to do is we're going to cook the vegetables for 20-25 seconds and then straight dumped into the ice water. That keeps them fresh, keeps all that lovely colour, and we won't lose the nutrients. So you need to watch this whole process very, very carefully, and you'll see just how fast it is. So in goes my spinach and zucchini. Just push it all in there. 25 seconds maximum. It's already been in there for about 15. Just move it around. The salt's also going to help it keep green. Very important that that's in there. So now, straight out it comes and into our iced water. You might think that's a very quick time to cook these ingredients, but believe me, they'll be cooked. Make sure you plunge your vegetables down into that iced water. And that's all the preparation ready. We can go on to blending our soup now. I've got a lovely bar blender today, one of these guys here that you might use to make cocktails. Use whatever you have. If you have a nice food processor, maybe one of those hand blenders, whatever's easiest. Now, first off, in go the vegetables. So they come out of my iced water. I just want to squeeze out any of that excess moisture, and I'll fill my blender up with them. Once the veg go in there, we can go back to our bread. You can see that that's absorbed the nice olive oil and our water. So that goes in. We're also going to season it very generously. Salt and pepper really are the key to this whole dish. Now the flavours in this dish are quite neutral. The spinach, the bread, our ice cubes that are going to go in a second. So you want to season it pretty generously. Not only with salt and pepper, but also a little bit of cayenne. That's just going to give it a little tiny kick to it, which is very nice. Something else that will give it a kick is my Tabasco. So that's in. Now the last thing, and what really brings this whole soup together, are my ice cubes. Not only will that ensure that we've got a really nice consistency, it'll also mean that the soup is really nice and chilled and works perfectly on a summer's day. So I'll just pop those in. On goes my lid, and we'll blend it for about 30 seconds to a minute until it's nice and smooth. Checking it. Absolutely perfect. We'll pour it in there. Now just look at that colour. You can just tell that that is so incredibly good for you. And it's just got summertime written all over it.